This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV.
This isn't about last night or what happened after dark. This is about the middle of the day moments where something small turns nuclear before you even finish your coffee.
One sentence, one reaction, one emotional spark, and suddenly the whole situation is on fire. Welcome to Freak Out Friday on Ask a Bee, because this one didn't just escalate, it got out of hand real fast.
Boss be rising, BBTV's igniting, turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss be rising, sky ain't even the ceiling when she hits go live, everybody feels it.
All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome back. It's Ask a Bee, and it's Freak Out Friday. Welcome in. Please come on in, get settled. If you're here live right now, I'm really glad you showed up, okay? Today is, let me just get into this because I'm going to be straight with you from this jump. I am running on fumes this morning. Afternoon, whatever it is, not in a dramatic way, okay, not in a meltdown way, just one of those weeks where the sleep stacked up wrong, your brain just feels a little foggy, and you go, okay, today is not that day. And you know, I'm not trying to be, pretend I'm superhuman. So listen, this is still a show. I had a story that popped up that absolutely deserves some attention, and even though it's a shorter one, and honestly, those are sometimes the ones that spark the best conversations. So we're going to do the one freak out story, okay? Tight, small one, focused, straight to the point. And then, and I didn't even grab comments on this one because I'll be honest with you, they were stupid. So because I know myself, I said, you know what, instead of forcing a whole new Bee Ninja build when my brain is clearly filing a complaint with HR, I went ahead and I loaded up the 5 full Bee Ninja episodes into the scenes, which means after the story, which like I said was short, we are rolling Bee Ninja one by one, 5 total episodes, about 20 minutes worth, okay? And y'all seem to like it before, so tomorrow night is We Be Jammin', and that's usually when I do Jukebox Journey, but we don't do that because that would overlap, and I don't want to do that. That's rude, especially to a teammate, right? So what's happening instead is we are doing We Be Jammin' tomorrow night. We have a new host, and I do believe I'm lucky enough to get to be part of it. It's always me part of it, but I get to be on stage with a very, very cool person. I mean, listen, I'm going to talk about the Heavy Hitters band real quick for a minute, because ever since I started this, there has been a small handful of musicians on here that I have just kind of clung to, you know. And yes, most of them came through the Iron Sharpening Iron universe, but the Heavy Hitters band, okay, number one, obvious bias here because, you know, this is Big Jack's son's band, right? But when you hear the music, I mean, come on, I could dance to the same track probably 24 hours if I really tried. No, I'm too old for that, but I'd listen to it. Yeah. I mean, the song, I believe it's called Email or something. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at that. I don't do good with names. And I told you already, I'm in a brain fog today. But the thing about this song is it is so true. And y'all need to get to it. I am not telling you this because of any other reason that it's a good damn song. Okay. And you know me and my music now, and I'm a rock person, but this one, it just puts all the funk and it's got a little bit of rock to it. It's got everything to it. And it's just one of those you can really get into. So We Be Jammin' tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Not Jukebox Journey this week. This is the one and only Saturday that we do not do Jukebox Journey, and that's because we have too much fun with Weeby Jam. So, y'all be there tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I will be there. I'm always there, whether I'm backstage or on the stage, which is another privilege, let me tell you. So, that all being said, we're going to go ahead and, pardon me, I'm going to run the 5 episodes after we talk about this one letter. If y'all want to stick around, you can. I know that some of you may not like it. Maybe you do. Maybe you haven't seen that you're in it. But y'all stick around for me, okay? So let's see. Honestly, to tell you the truth, today was just one of those days I couldn't think. I got up and I got so much of this episode ready, but I'm like, I just can't do it today. Do you ever have those days? And that was a freak out for me. Okay. I'm going to put that out there. That was a freak out position for me because I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to do this every day. But here's the thing. Since I'm not doing Jukebox Journey tomorrow night, which will be next Saturday night, then I'm not running the watch party tomorrow night for the first 5 episodes, like I talked about when I started this. So today we're going to do one story, short story, but it's one you may even freak out on. And then we're going to run all 5 episodes of Ninja Bee, the Ninja Bible. Okay, here we go. Let me get into this right here. I'm going to find this one here. Yes, I am like that on my ADHD days, y'all. I talk to myself. If I start arguing with myself, y'all call somebody. Tell them to send me a White Coke because I'm there. All right. So the first one, we're going to go here. And am I the a-hole for ruining my own? Oh, wait. What is that mess? Hold up. I'm sorry. Hold on. That's not what I'm supposed to be reading, and I'm not quite sure why it's there. Give me 1 second. See, this is why I'm taking a little bit of break, because I can't handle it today. I just can't handle it. I'm telling you. I just grabbed the wrong text. Sorry. I should really get rid of the other stuff off of my desktop, right? All right. Am I the a-hole for laughing at my boyfriend's freak out and not telling him I have a prosthetic earlier? Okay, before I even start reading this, I want to say this first and foremost. If you have a prosthetic, I'd like to know about it on the first date. I think that's fair. Y'all tell me what you think. You got to be kidding me. You're calling him your boyfriend. Y'all clearly hadn't done the deed yet either. Okay, let's get into this dang story. I, 22 female, have a prosthetic leg. How do you not notice that? I lost my leg when I was 3 years old in an accident, and honestly, I don't remember a time without the prosthetic. It's just normal to me. Okay. I've been seeing a guy, 25 male, for a couple of months. First off, I'm not trying to answer all this right now, but I got 2 problems, or I got lots of problems with this one. First and foremost, we are in our early 20s and it's been a couple of months. You're calling him your boyfriend and he doesn't know you have a prosthetic leg. Why is that okay? Why is that okay enough to call? Okay, never mind. We're getting back into it. But the subject of my leg hadn't come up yet. Really sorry. I turned up the volume on my TV trying to get my stupid dog to leave me alone and get up on the bed. and it backfired. Okay, a few days ago, I was having dinner at his place as he cooked for me. Very nice. When he was setting up out the food, he bumped into the table and the vase went flying off and smashed against my prosthetic leg. Okay. He freaked the fork out in a blind panic, wanting me to to roll up my trouser leg in case I was hurt, asking me over and over again if I was okay. Sorry, stop. No. I can't kick them out. They make more noise. Okay, I admit I was startled and relieved it had been that leg and couldn't help laughing. And I reassured him it was fine over and over again, but he didn't believe me and demanded to see. So to prove it, I removed my prosthetic leg, showing it to him, and explained the situation and how I'd lost my leg when I was little. I then told him it was fine if it was that leg, and I was just relieved it wasn't the other. Yeah, I missed that second part. Sorry. That's the one. Okay, look, I'm not putting blame on anyone here because nothing in that moment sounds malicious or deceptive. It sounds like a body reacting to shock and relief at the same time, okay? And people underestimate how often laughter comes out when adrenaline dumps, even if the situation is scary. So I don't read that as you mocking him at all, really, I guess. And I also don't think 2 months into dating creates some automatic obligation to disclose every medical detail about your body before it ever comes up naturally. But I mean, okay, it's deeply personal and everything, but it's been a couple of months, right? I mean, he should know by now. He should know by now. He should have known before a couple of weeks. I wonder how they met. You know what? I wonder how they met. Were they online? I mean, because something's up here that they haven't talked to each other. The boyfriend in just a couple of months. To me, sounds kind of ludicrous, but whatever. So, yeah. Let's see here. What's going? All right. Now then. Can't seem to get this thing to go faster. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on with everything today. Okay, so he got upset with me for I can't get it to go forward. I'm sorry. Y'all, this is why I'm taking time off, because this is just ridiculous. It's not even giving me my stuff here. Of course, now it reaches. Anyway, he got upset with me for laughing clearly, embarrassed by the situation, and was more upset that I hadn't told him about my leg yet. I apologized and explained it's not exactly an easy thing to work into conversation organically. And I'd have for sure given him a heads up before we slept together for the first time. Okay, there's a piece of information. And no one wants to discover that the hard way. Of course not, but he just did. That's kind of the hard way after a few months in, right? He cleaned up the glass and I put my leg back on and we had dinner, though the mood was ruined and he was clearly unhappy with me. Well, I mean, if he likes her, it shouldn't matter, right? Okay. Yeah. So later, I got some texts from him saying he felt really upset that I hadn't told him earlier and how he'd been worried, and I laughed. Okay, maybe that's what he's most upset about because, yeah, I would be upset if somebody laughed at me about that. Said he has said he needs time to think about some things. My laughter wasn't at him or the shock of the situation, and I tried to explain that, but he has asked me to give him some space. I had been planning to tell him, but it's not like you can say, oh, hey, by the way, I only have one leg. That cool? Actually, you can. So naturally, in a conversation, I mean, was I the a-hole here? I'm not going to say you're an a-hole. I don't think he's an a-hole either. I think it's a shock to the system for both of you that's in that situation because neither one of you handled it well. That's just my opinion, but that's how I see it. I mean, come on. It sounds like you should have told him, okay? You should have told him. That's kind of unreal. You should have told him. But that much space, that's really a bad signal. He should be like, hey, let's talk about it. Okay? Now, that's the way I see it. It's a tilt for both. I really think that had he known, it wouldn't have been such a big situation. Of course, had he known, he wouldn't need space, right? I don't think either one of them are the a-hole here. I just think she shouldn't normalize things that are normal for her, for everybody else when it comes to things like this. You get my drift? Put it in the comments. Y'all let me know. All right, listen. I don't have much else for that. There was no real comments that sounded very good, but she did try to smooth it over. She clarified that she wasn't laughing at him, and she laid out a completely reasonable boundary about not dropping deeply personal medical information into casual early dating conversation. My question is who waits that long for anything in a relationship, even if it's just, I mean, I guess maybe Gen X was a little faster than that. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Because I'm not going to say I was easy bitch, but, I don't know. All three of my children are under wedlock, so don't even go there. But my point is, a couple of months dating, okay. If that's all there is there, okay. Anyway, we're going to keep moving right along. I thought that one needed a little bit of attention because, I mean, come on. You should tell the boy. He don't know. He just don't know. Why you do that to him? That's kind of crazy to me if you ask me. I think it's like, a double standard there, and I think they both need some space, and he needs to not be offended that she has a prosthetic, but offended that she had not told him yet. That's where I'm standing here. Plain and simple. Because, yeah. At the end of the day, this isn't about a vase or a prosthetic or even the laugh. It's about how two people can handle shock and vulnerability in real time, right? So whether after that moment passes, they can come back together and talk instead of turning it into distance and doubt, right? Because accidents happen, nerves misfire, and nobody owes the entire life story on a deadline. Although, I mean, we're talking about a whole leg here. Number one, I have a brother that he's my brother-in-law that has a prosthetic leg, okay? When he's walking, you can tell. It doesn't matter if it's covered up. It doesn't matter if he's got the same shoe on. You can tell. So how did you not know? And there's not enough context from this one for me because, I mean, where is the leg lost from? Above the knee? Below the knee? Is it your ankle down? I mean, what is it? Not enough context. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Healthy relationships are built on communication. You don't start in without communicating, hey, I have a leg that's missing. I mean, and if he's a good guy, well, then number one, this wouldn't happen. Number two, he would have already have known and been laughing with you, right? I mean, that's me. Communicate. There was a lot of adrenaline and confusion in that moment. Take a breath, go back. If he doesn't come back, well, that's because he didn't know about your leg and he's probably decided that he doesn't want to be with somebody that has one leg. And that's probably the type of person you don't need to be with. He may be cute, but no. No. Anyway. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get into this. I'm sorry. Y'all forgive me for taking this route today. As you can tell, I'm exhausted. It's not all the work I do here because this is what gives me my vacation moments. It's all the work I do outside of here. And this week's going to be rougher on me because I'm switching day for something. I will be here for the things I'm supposed to be here for. No doubt about that. I am loyal. All right, y'all. We are going to bring these down. And I do believe we're going to start with our trailer song, of course, because I've got to get it in there. I love the song. If I can't hear it every day, I'm just bummed out. So, love you guys.
She came from the quiet storms, built a fire from the ground, turned a whisper to a warning. Now her voice shakes the town. Every setback was a lesson. Every doubt became a key, unlocking something bigger. That's the rise of Boss B. When the lights go low, her vision hits high. She built a whole damn network off a promise and a try. Every sunrise, every moment, she's stacking legacy. This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV. A Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dreams, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's the queen of the comeback, the storm in the stream, crafting stories out of heartbeats, making visions out of dreams. Got thunder in the hustle, got a voice that cuts clean. Every mic she touches turns the power unseen. So let brother spin the numbers, let the views rise slow or fast. Boss B doesn't measure wins by echoes of the past. This moment is a pivot, this season's history. Bow down to the founder of the BBTV dynasty. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dreams, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss B rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's got fire in the head, it's got truth in the frame, got a heart that won't retire and a gift you can't name. Every loop, every letter, every dream she sets free, it's a love note to the world sign. Boss B. And the world keeps watching as the numbers climb, but she's counting all the moments, not the dollar signs. From the late night grind to the daylight scene, she's building something bigger than the algorithm's dream. Boss B rising, BBTV shining. Her story's rewriting, a legacy in real time. Boss B rising, BBTV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel take her place. This is BBTV. This is her grace.
Join Boss B for Ask a Bee Monday through Friday, 12 noon Central Standard Time and Jukebox Journey every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
The Hive recorded another incident today. No contracts broken, no money exchanged, no lovers in conflict, just a boot and a flower, a trail under open sky, sunlight cutting through trees, a moment that should have. Hold everything where it is for a second, because whatever triggered that surge hasn't cooled off yet, and I don't want anyone resetting a single relay until we understand what just leaned on the perimeter.
That's fine by me, because when half the grid flickers at once, it usually means somebody wanted to see what would happen if they nudged the wrong wire. I was already pulling the raw logs on the way in, and what bothers me is that the power flow didn't spike outward like a fault would, it drew inward, which only happens when something is pulling on the system instead of stressing it.
So you're saying this wasn't an accident and it wasn't noise, it was a hand testing weight before trying a handle.
That's exactly how it looks from my end, and every time I saw that pattern in the field, it meant someone was mapping exits instead of kicking doors.
We sealed the east relay and 30 seconds later the signal jumped sectors, which means whoever did it wasn't sitting in that relay at all, they were watching how and waiting for the next move.
Right, because adaptive systems don't stay anchored to the first access point. Once they realize you're paying attention, they start tracking reaction time, which tells us the hive is already being surveyed whether we like it or not. So constantly reshuffling defenses just gives them better blueprints.
So your advice is that I stop playing whack-a-mole and let one section look softer than the rest long enough to see where the pressure really comes from.
Exactly, because controlled vulnerability forces the other side to move closer, and nothing moves closer without leaving a trail you can follow. That's old surveillance work. Let your target think they're winning while you take notes on how they're doing it.
I don't enjoy pretending to lose, but I enjoy being blind even less.
I'll keep the filters off and run pattern matching by hand so we don't accidentally smooth out the fingerprints we're trying to capture. And I'll mirror the grid from the outside and stage drones where nobody's been looking yet, because that's usually where the next touch shows up.
Good, because whatever brushed this hive did it quietly, and quiet systems are the ones that come back prepared.
That's usually when things stop being theoretical. Which is why we should be ready before the next tap turns into something heavier.
Then let's make sure the next move tells us exactly who thinks they're clever enough to test my hive.
Let me add something to that before we commit. Because when you already know who's standing in the hallway, and right now all we've got is a footprint pattern without a body. I hear you.
Fair point. So tell me what your instincts say instead of your spreadsheets.
My instincts say whoever touched this grid was trained or built for it. Patience over panic. Exactly. And that makes them dangerous.
And my spreadsheet said the same thing. Because the timing off.
Say whoever touched this grid was trained or built for it. Patience over.
All right, y'all. I don't know what the problem is today. I do not know. Jet ski. Okay, maybe a jet ski. Listen, this has been a day for me and it's not working. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Y'all, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I'm sorry that they didn't go off like they were supposed to. No clue what happened there, but I will get that fixed. We'll have our little watch party this week. Thanks again for being in here and listening to the story and being as wonderful as you are. I really appreciate you. I hope you guys have a good time, a good day, and a good weekend. Love to you all. Bye.
A boss be rising, baby TV.